What is going on, guys? We are back with another video today in Madden 20 franchise, and we are doing a fantasy draft rebuild. Now, you're probably thinking, bro, where's the damn fantasy draft? Well, this is the fantasy draft of the video we did yesterday, titled something like, I don't know, perfect fantasy draft. It was a little bit of clickbait. Stop yelling at me, all right? If you want to see the draft before, being spoiled in a moment, take a look. It's good. If you do fantasy drafts, maybe I'm dumb and you're like, wow, I'm way better, or wow, that was really helpful. Either way, like and subscribe today, please. Now that Shameless Day is over, not really, follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, and my second channel, PKR Plays. I'm almost to 1,000 subs there, I think. Maybe we actually I don't know. Enough, okay? Stop selling yourselves out, okay, kids? Jesus. This is what the team looks like, of course. If you didn't click off and you're like, bro, you spoiled it for me. I mean, there's not much I could really do. We ended up with Miles Sanders, Pollard, Hardman, Fan. I mean, you could see there's quite a bit of blue. This is like, it looks like Sea of Thieves. Don't play that game because there's no content on it, but if I did, I would imagine that's what the game looks like. Blue, like the ocean. It's a lot of potential, right? There is also still a bit of low overalls. This is a very good team to user. However, will it be a good team to rebuild? Of course, if you watch that thing, we landed a lot of running backs, which we are of course now going to use in hopes to land a first-round pick, maybe two if we're lucky. Oh, look at the trade block, all the talent. I mean, who can you even decide between? Another question, is Drew Lock going to be good enough? I think the last time we used Drew Lock in a rebuild, he was only normal development, so that's not terrible. Tariq Cohen, of course, will trade. I mean, these three are literally the same people. If you guys didn't know that, they're all the same identical player the NFL tried to trick us with to see if we would notice. And don't worry, NFL, I freaking noticed. They're really not, but they're kind of similar builds, aren't they? I think Ito might actually be a little bit on the taller side. So the Cardinals are the team we get to fleece today, which is nice. Welcome to Arizona, fellas. One big thing with the fantasy draft, though, is it doesn't seem like it's possible to trade for players that, in the fantasy draft. Like, there's just no trading. They're like, nah, mate, sorry, we don't need anything. Thank God he didn't accept. I didn't want that. Can we get a first and a second, please? Can we get a first round in general, please? Yikers. Go with a, maybe like a third round. I mean, anytime we can just get a first round pick, it's a huge win. Okay, they'll take the fourth round pick. Would you guys perhaps be in the market for even more running backs? I don't have any more, but I'm just asking for a friend. But maybe something else, which once again, we've made it pretty clear that it's almost impossible to actually trade for players year one for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. It's just the way it is. Maurice Hurst, I don't really like him, to be honest, in Madden. Just not a huge fan. Hopefully the Jaguars aren't as low. They're more loaded than the Broncos. Are you guys for eel? Not for real, for eel. I mean, I suppose, hey, Broncos, how you doing? We might actually, go for their pick and then just trade the damn thing back. Not to them, of course, the other team. Okay, we were definitely going to trade Olakun there in the game. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. Don't need to get so mad about it. There you go, get a first-round pick out of it. I'm talking too much. We trade Fuma Haley and Ronald Jones for the Saints first-round pick. Their team looks very bad, except they have Rodgers on their squad. If there's any... Some of you guys are like, what do you mean? Besides? I'm a Packers fan. Stop. I'm debating if I want to keep our pick or not. Something's telling me we're going to be trash. The Broncos, however, I don't believe that to be the case. Should we go back to the Saints and just take their first round next year? If I can just do this straight up, I'll do it. Damn it, I should ask for more. Now, hear me out. I think we're going to be bad, but I don't think we're going to be... Excuse me? Okay, dude, what about this? Okay. Hear me out. I don't care about the minimum roster size. I am willing to forego any penalties. I am the commissioner. Okay, dudes, here we go. 1 second. But as I was trying to say, even though I believe that we are going to be pretty bad, I don't believe enough to keep our second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth round, all that crap. So I will be trading this away, which I think we had to get rid of a fifth round next year. We're getting some good trades here. Once again, it's always about draft picks only when you're doing fantasy because you can't trade for players. We've been over this. But still, these were actually some pretty damn solid trades. I'm pretty happy with it. We'll keep our 3rd and 5th. I think we actually lined up the roster pretty well. We just got to get some backups, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure we did this live, right? F it, we're doing it live. I think we did. I think it's looking pretty good. This is the squad. Got to sign some backups. Outside of that, we're good. I tried to trade Oliver. They're like, nah, mate, you can't. We'll see next season. After we're Super Bowl champions, obviously. All I'm saying is what makes a 5'9", 28-year-old running back worth 1.5 mil? What makes these guys who they are? Like, why would I do that? I just get Boston Scott for 1.8. At least we know he can run fast, kinda. If you told me you were an owner that was going to sign me for minimum, veteran minimum, because there was going to be a bunch of people in the comment section complaining about not enough players on your roster, I would do it. Tremont Smith, at least he's fast, right? Can return the ball. But the only thing these guys are returning is a poor investment to the team. That was a pretty good recovery. Like and subscribe. How do we go down in overall? We didn't change any of our starters. Headed to the playoffs. How did we do? We missed the playoffs, and I don't want to show you because we went 2-14. We'll see the overalls after this. I'll show you guys we didn't lose any games, which obviously I wouldn't want to because this is supposed to be the perfect draft. Obviously, this comes down to you usering and not the AI is literally looking at the overall and saying, well, they're not good enough to start. But this is the roster. This is what happened. A lot of disappointment is what happened. Rebuild stance, not a great team to rebuild, right? A lot of linebackers going up. Might see a Rashawn Evans, Devin Bush, maybe a Bunting upgrade. Could see a lot of defensive upgrades, which are actually quite a bit harder to get. So maybe not the worst thing. Tucker, 19 for 19. That is a very rare sight to have a perfect season, especially from a team that did so poorly. 32nd in offensive yardage, honestly does not shock me. And then defensive yardage, 31st with 6,000 yards given up. Look at some of the names where they went and whatnot. Let's take a look at any awards for us. Any Rookie of the Year? I mean, we had pretty much the entire rookie class. Offensive Rookie of the Year. No! I needed a lock, even though Sanders would have stole it anyways. That sucks. Defensive Rookie of the Year does go to Devin Bush, which, once again, not a guy that I really would have wanted. I would rather have someone that doesn't already have great development. Well, Sanders at 9 for best running back. Best O-line, no one on the list. D-lineman, Grady Jarrett at number 4. Not bad, actually. Rashawn Evans at number 4. DB, non-kicker of the year, does go to Justin Tucker. So let's go to the Super Bowl, see what the development ups are, and see what overall we are. Obviously, we took a huge jump. I almost said lost, because that's usually what I say when we say we took a huge, other than crap. The winner of the Super Bowl is the Chiefs. Okay, we're an 83 overall after one season. We went up 3, maybe even 3.5 overalls. Drew Lock, no one on offense seems to have gone up, but Drew Lock is a 75 overall now, which is obviously a nice little upgrade. Anyone else? I'm trying to think. Noah Fant went up 4. Hardman went up about 4 or 5, I think. Sanders really didn't go up much, so we might be looking for running back. He went up like 2 overalls on the season. Offensive line, Price went up 3. Offensive line really didn't upgrade too much, to be honest. Defensively, though, we have some upgrades. Actually, we only have 1. We only have 1. Really? Only 1. Rashawn Evans, though, he goes to Superstar, which is nice. Anything else? No, that's it. I really would have thought that we would have got a dev up. Oh, yeah, Grady Jarrett actually went up into Superstar, which is actually a huge win. But I would have thought Bunting, maybe even Devin Bush. But honestly, we don't really need them too much. So Devin Bush is going to be an 84 overall, which is nice. Don't really think Field General is the greatest thing to go for, but for us, the abilities don't matter too much, so we're literally just going to go for, whatever the scheme fit is on this team, which obviously is, in fact, Field General, 84 overall now. This team's getting good already. We went 2-4. We won 2 games, and we still went up 3, almost 4 overalls. I mean, imagine if we actually start winning games. Looking at the re-signings, trying to think. I'm not seeing any crazy names that we need to re-sign. Yeah, I think we're just going to let these guys go, and I doubt there's going to be any free agents worth noting, but you never know. We do know because they're trash. Never mind. It's always going to be a ton of running backs. But that's a big problem with doing a fantasy draft where we actually choose the players, is because who do you actually go for? I think you go for an offensive lineman to replace Billy Price. And then that's it. Like, maybe look at a wide receiver for Hardman to move into the slot. Maybe get lucky with a development guy. Linebacker, I guess. Linebacker and, I suppose, offensive lineman. Maybe a wide receiver. There's not really much more you could do. All right, so for the first draft, I think we did give her a first pick. I'm so sad. And the Saints landed a good corner. It's the worst feeling now. There's 2 middle linebackers. I don't really care which one we get. There's one that's faster, but the other one's higher projected. So if they're both there, ooh, do we have to trade up here? Because that was the one that was higher. Our middle linebacker, where is he? Vernon Harper is the #1 middle linebacker besides him. I think we're going to trade with the Titans. And I really don't want to, but we have to. I'm looking to replace Billy Price, so we're going to trade him. Hopefully we do replace him, because if not, that's going to be really awkward. Vernon Harper, #1 pick, #1 need, linebacker on the outside. And we do land a 74 overall hidden, which automatically makes him better than Blake. And look at how fast he is, 92. I didn't even know linebackers from rookie classes could get to 92 excel. What's his catching? 75 catching. This guy is insane. I don't know what his development is, but if he's an X factor, I'm classifying him as the best linebacker I've ever seen in a rookie class. Anything less, though, it's a reach. And the Titans, they go with tight end, McMillan. We trade pick 26, Oliver and N'Keal Harry for pick 11. Not actually a bad trade for them. You know, this is a fantasy where we made a trade like that, so not bad for them. We do have a wide receiver here, too. But I think lineman is the bigger need. This guy looks very, very good. Lewis Reed, once again, wide receiver is not the biggest need, so we're going to go with Greg Taylor, please. Ooh. I mean, I already like a big 6'8" dude. yeah, I do. But holy crap, this guy's ridiculous as well. I'm going to say it. If he's superstar development, he's the best lineman I've ever seen. How are we drafting some of the greatest players I've ever seen? 6'8", 335, 22 years old. He's a tank. 72 speed, 79. He's fast as hell. Injury's a little bit of a concern, but guess what? You could get +2 injury every season. Stamina's good. Great blocking stats. Damn, son. That's awesome. Lewis Reed does go, unfortunately. Ooh, a bust for the Eagles. Thank God we hopped, because they probably would have taken our guy. Who is Dwight Alexander anyways? Like, this guy looks decent. He really does. Like, my next picks are all in, like, late second or early third. I'm half tempted to take Dwight Alexander here. That's a decent-looking player right there. 6'4", 6'2", A+ throw power. I'm just going to take him. I'm just going to do it. 73, so he is hidden, but he is a 73 overall. He's a bit raw. Pure passing-wise, I think he is worse than Drew Lock right now. Not by much. He is a decent bit faster. Injuries a concern, toughness a concern, but not in a rebuild where we have injuries turned off. So, yeah, we're gonna give that guy some serious thought. If he's superstar or better, I think he'll take the spot over Drew. You know, Drew Lock played pretty damn tragically year one, so I'm not really tied into him at all. Really just comes down to whoever's got better dev, really. Hopefully we didn't undertrade, but 17 for 55 and 87. Usually the AI won't even give you that. So I went with it. I think that was actually very close, and they took a bust. Just because he got Winslow doesn't mean they're all going to be good, Buccaneers. God damn it. Let's take a look if one of our steals is there. It appears that they are all there. Kari Woody looks decent, but honestly, he just looks like a different version of Isabella, and you'd pretty much be hoping for the dev. This guy's a decent edge rusher. Don't really need edge. I think the #1 need would be Carter, who is a super beastly steel-looking player. Or this guy, who I think is definitely a bigger need. So we're going to go with Kyle Travis here, the combine skipping DT. Oh, my Lord. 21 years old. I'm going to say it. This guy's pretty good. I'm not going to say he's one of the best because there's a lot of players with his build. But, yeah, he is very good. Can't lie. Great power move. Really solid block shed. Pretty damn fast with great acceleration. And one of the highest stamina ratings I've ever seen for a DT. Brendan Harvey, don't get me wrong, this guy does look decent, right? But this corner, this guy looks like one of the old steals from Madden's past. Remember when we would always see a gem like this every once in a while, like maybe every other draft? It's back. Here he is. Okay, so he is, but he is normal development. That is one hell of a pick in a user league. However, with low injury, low stamina, and low toughness, I would be very disappointed looking down at those ratings, especially with only 81 jumping. But yeah, for a third round pick, super steal. 23, I doubt the pass rusher is there, but if he is, we'll take him. If he's not, we'll just use all of our remaining picks to get something for next year. There we go. Got our answer. Not a bad draft. Of course, it comes down to devs. If they're all star, I'm super mad and I want to delete the game, but I don't think they will be. We're going to go with the highest graded punter, who is, yikes. He's had a 2.9 combine, which is like ridiculous, and yet still trash. 62 overall punter. Wow, what a guy. All right, draft recap, huh? Harper, the middle linebacker. Of course, absolutely insane. We said if he had X Factor, he's the best I've ever seen. Let's take a look. He doesn't, but he's still one of the best I've ever seen with Superstar. 21 years old. That guy's kind of a freak. Greg Taylor, one of the guys we said, one of the best we've ever seen if he's Superstar. He's only star, unfortunately, which doesn't even put him in the top 200 because Superstar linemen automatically take the cake no matter what. Literally no matter what. Quarterback, really solid. And hey, Superstar development. We've got ourselves a new starting quarterback, boys. Kyle Travis. Let's take a look at the development here. We got him in the later round, so I'd expect a star development for this guy. Okay. This is a really good draft. Wow. That's literally it. That's all we got. Let's take a look at who we missed out on, though. See that this is the pick that the Saints got for our draft pick. We traded them. Yeah, that it didn't go the way we wanted it to, did it? Star development. Really good player, though. What else do we have? So where's the middle linebacker? Hunter, right before us. 22 years old, so 1 year older. A little bit more smart, kind of like coverage-wise. But so far, not counting Dev, he is much worse. Yeah, Superstar, I mean, he's a really good player, don't get me wrong. This is a really good linebacking class, but yeah, he doesn't compare. Let's take a look at the tight end now. Avery McMillan, 21 years old. Looks pretty damn good to me. Let's take a look at that Dev. Only star, though? It's a tight end, man. Got to give him something. It's almost impossible to Dev those guys. Where's the wide receiver we had? Like, we didn't have him because we literally let him go. Lewis Reed, hidden development, 22. Wow, he's very good. Look at the jumping. All the stuff that you can't really upgrade, he's got. Player traits, he is... Ooh. Oh, he's so good. We maybe should have went for him. But, hey, we got a superstar quarterback. That should, ramp things up quite a bit here around here. Going to trade Drew Lock for probably something very lucrative. Not bad, not bad. How old is Drew Lock? 23. Alexander was, what, 22? 22 years old. Do we get any other starters on offense? We got Greg, who's going to play left tackle while we move Elton back to guard. Yeah, I mean, not a bad draft. Pretty solid, actually. Wow. Things are definitely going well. We moved his position to right guard, and they just fixed it. Are you serious? How is that even possible? Okay, dude. Okay. I'm a little moist at the current moment. Of course, Travis will play the new number 2 spot, so Nichols, I think, will be on his way out. Yeah, I think that's going to be the case. Team's looking sickly, in a good way, of course. All right, I don't know if this was really the best move for us, but Bilal Nichols, Drew Lock, and pick 1 overall to the Rams for Chris Godwin. We now have our super squad at wide receiver. We can also get rid of Andy Isabella. Any other extra players we have that I can think of, which pretty much none are coming to mind. I guess Greedy Williams, perhaps. Maybe try to get our pick back if we're lucky. Maybe. Hopefully. Please. Trade Isabella, 3rd and a 4th for pick 1 back from the Rams. And the Rams actually seem to have kind of a bad team themselves, according to their draft from last season. So we're going to try to get their pick 4 as well if we can. Not terrible, but the best we can do is a 2nd this, a 4th next, and Cashman for pick 4. Obviously keeping pick 25 to ourselves, which we may throw somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure where. Traded pick 25 and Jawan Taylor for pick 7 from the Titans. And that's pretty much it. We got to move around the roster and get some backups, but I think our roster for year 2 is ready to go. Here we are with the roster. Alexander, the superstar quarterback, 73 overall. He is the starter. Wide receivers, we added Godwin, so we added a little bit more, well, a lot of bit more talent to wide receiver. Hardman gets to primarily play the slot now. Defensively, we have very good linebackers. 2 superstars at 84, and then a 76 overall with Superstar as well. Good DBs across the board. D-line gets a little bit better as well. This should be a team that easily makes the postseason this time around. And if not, then we have some problems. Oh, this is a huge win. Bradley Chubb got a dev up to Superstar. We also got a freaking Noah Fant dev up chance. Okay, bros. This is epic. Damn it, we lost, but it was a very high-scoring game, so I thought maybe we had a chance at getting it anyways. All right, looking at the re-signings, we have a punter, running back, fullback, and that's just about it, right? That's anyone that we really care about. Punter probably doesn't matter that much, but since we have money, I'll do a 4-year. We'll do a 4-year for now. And then where's... Oh, no, not Pollard. He's decent, but... Fullback, I'm going to let him go. Honestly, we don't really need him. He's a fullback. You can get anyone. It doesn't matter. If we win, we're in. If we lose, I cry. Yes, we made it. What a close division. But we have done the deed. We are 10-6 going from a... Oh, I forgot to show you guys. We didn't force any wins or anything like that. From 2-14 to 10-6. Definitely a huge turnaround. We started off pretty decently, kind of a couple of losses in there in between, and then, 3 straight wins right at the end, with the biggest one coming against the Bears, obviously. Thankfully, we did trade our draft pick this time. Dwight Alexander, 10 times better than Drew Lock, but still not the best. 27 touchdowns, 10 picks, 3,800 yards. It's not bad, but for Madden terms, it's kind of low. Miles Sanders is really disappointing us as well. Definitely need to look for a new running back. Receiving, not great either, really. I mean, just not... no big crazy numbers. Sack totals, Josh Allen with 12.5, Chubb 8. I don't remember what game it was that Chubb devved up, but impressive that he did. Can't lie, we normally never succeed on those. Probably got it from like tackle for a loss or something like that. Awards, do we have anyone? Obviously, there's a big chance our guy won Offensive Rookie of the Year. At least I hope he did. And he did. Quarterback, nice. Harper, Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'll take that. QB, number 7 for just straight-up QBs. Running back, definitely not. Wide receivers, maybe. Nope. Offensive line, maybe. Yes, Shaq Mason. D-line, Josh Allen at 5. Linebacker, number 1 went to Devin Bush, just straight up. Nice. DB, Sean Murphy at 3. Best kicker this time, not as high, but still, out of what? Missed 4 kicks out of 2 seasons? That's pretty damn solid. And we are now... in 88 overall. So we're exactly like we said. Year 2 has a good chance of winning it all. 88 to their 81. Will we? Probably not. But year 3, there's a very high probability. Let's just put it that way. All right, going to the end of the game. Let's see. From right to left is us. We get 7. They get 7. We get 3. They get nothing. We get 3 again. I don't think this is enough, boys. I think we're going to need a little... Not enough, boys. I think we're going to need a little bit more points, fellas. Good job, defense. Once again, this is an 80-1 overall team, guys. We win, but that's not a very convincing win. This kind of reminds me of real life almost. Obviously, we had a bye week in real life. The Packers did. But still, kind of reminds me of they win the first game, but it's not super convincing. Miles Sanders actually plays a good postseason game. Just a good game in general, and it happens to be in the postseason. Decent pass rush numbers, I suppose. Pick for Justin Reed. Tucker missed a kick. How long was it? Tucker, I swear to Jesus. Okay, it's from 50+. You're lucky. You're lucky this time, pal. A little bit of cold. You're lucky. Going against the Seattle Seahawks. A little bit of a kind of a legendary set of matchups over the last 5 to 7 years. Yeah, a little bit of a third rivalry. Third, fourth, fifth. I don't know. There's so many. Who cares? Stop judging me, okay? But headed to the end of the game. 3-0. 3-6. I'll take 6. Even though we missed an extra point, I will take the touchdown. There we go. Speaking of a touchdown. No. I wasn't talking about you, fellas. All right, good job. Up by 10. Okay, we hold up to 3. Defense is doing a really good job. We're up by 10 again. Defense, killing it. We're on to the championship game. I love it. What else? What do we see? So, Dwight playing okay. Trubisky had an okay game himself. Rushing, Miles Sanders with a huge hit from last week. Defensive, oh my lord, somebody had a day. Who was it? Josh Allen, Travis. Yikes, Tunsil, that is not good. The 13-3 Buccaneers, I know for a fact we lost by at least 13 points to them, and look who they got. Patrick Mahomes. We're up on them by 2 overalls, though. So there's a chance. I don't feel super confident, but there is a chance. We do have the slightly better team, but are we ready? This is a bit early. I don't think we're ready to go just yet. The Colts win, who I think might have Brady. Either they have Brady or the Browns do. I think it might have actually been the Browns. They start out with 3. Oh, we can't be letting up huge rushing touchdowns. We do bounce back with a nice touchdown drive. Defense holds them. We get 3, so it's tied up, 10 all. We get 3 extra before half. Had a great opportunity entering the second half. Come on, fellas. Uh-oh, this isn't looking good. Oh, God. We're giving up insta drives. Boys. 4th and 1, they miss a field goal, leaving the door pretty damn open. And nobody wants to step through, huh? I didn't get to see this offense, so we'll take a look. Alexander Tyreek's wearing his number. Is he wearing numbers 87 in real life? Even if he isn't, which I think he might be. Still looks pretty cool, which is all that really matters. Does it look like I really care? Not really. Kinda I do, actually. I lied. Did we get the ball? 3rd and 9? Oh, my. Oh, my! This is deserved. I didn't play that. 2 plays, 70 yards. I have never seen success in that situation. Ever. With that little bit of time, you have to come in because the clock management's terrible. But you know how to manage the clock when you just run it. Well, I didn't really run it down their throats. Throw it down their throats, which that's almost just as gross. But hey, that's pretty impressive. Kicking, they want that missed field goal. Quite the important one, believe it or not. And we're on to the Super Bowl. Nice. All right. I mean, did I tell you we know how to build a fantasy draft, or did I tell you? It is against the Colts. We don't know who the hell their quarterback is, but let's take a look at our development ups if we had any. Quarterback, no. Offense in general, no. Defensively, I expect to see one. Really? No one. Okay. I really thought Devin Bush, best linebacker, decent rating, or decent stats, would have gotten up there. But, of course, a lot of superstars regardless. What a damn squad. I mean, this is... Look at how... I don't know if we've ever had this many superstars. Look at all the gold. Look at all the gold. It's so beautiful. Now, nobody better get around to X Factor. We want to keep this defense all gold. He's got pretty even ratings. I guess we'll keep going strong arm. I think he went up at least 2 throw power throughout the season, which is really impressive. But yeah, this team's ready to go. And how Devin Bush got an upgrade. What was his ability? Unfakeable pick art. Why pick artist, man? Pick artist is so bad for a linebacker. I mean, it's bad in general, but for a linebacker, it's gross. 84 overall. It's doable. We can win this. I mean, we can go back to back. I'm just saying, we could go back to back. When you're talking with your friend on how you guys want to group master franchise drafts, fantasy draft. What? End of the game. Oof, really good drive by them. We bounce back with 3, but we're looking for touchdowns, and they found them. They found the touchdowns we left behind, guys. Unfortunately, lads, defense is doing as much as it can, but there's just not much they can do. Yeah, we kind of got smoked by the Colts. It doesn't make any sense because we have 6 overalls on them, but we couldn't put up a single touchdown in the postseason. In that Colts game, Cam Newton has 4 touchdowns with 90% completion percentage on 30 attempts. Dwight, I mean, I like the fact that you didn't turn the ball over, but it doesn't matter. Miles Sanders has got to go. He is just not getting it done. Simply put, nothing to do with him in real life, but I'm going to need to see someone else start at running back. Really do. Obviously, we'll at least do another season, but could do another one after that. Depends on if we win the Super Bowl or not. I think we're at a point where a season after the next one, we would be at max potential, but I still think next season is good enough to win a Super Bowl, so we'll see. But yeah, I'd say 2 full seasons from this point, and we would be maximized. So let's see if we can actually fulfill that, at least win a Super Bowl, and then decide where we want to go from there, if, of course, we do win one. But unfortunately, came up short against the Colts. That sucks. Tony Pollard, I didn't re-sign him, but I mean, maybe. I mean, I guess if we're going to start someone, Miles Sanders would be the better because he's a higher overall. But overall, in general, I'd like to get a new running back. I think we're going to try, if we can, to trade off the picks for a running back rather than draft someone. I don't really think there's anyone that I can think of that we could draft that would really, maybe a running back, but taking a risk for nothing. So it's 50-50. But let's see. Maybe there's a running back in free agency. I highly doubt it. But maybe someone went late and they just didn't get re-signed. Whitworth's there. Not really. See Ronald Jones, though. They actually decided to keep him for a few seasons, which is kind of cool. But yeah, nothing really here that we could do that we really need to start. So I think we ended up accidentally keeping our pick again, which is just great stuff, right? The best running back in Sim is almost always Ezekiel Elliott. So let's see if we can get him. Is there a possibility of doing 2 first rounds and a second round? Because our picks are trash anyways. They do take it. So Zeke Elliott is now a member of this fantasy draft team that looks absolutely disgustingly good. I think we're going to have a pretty weak draft, but if we can get another first-round pick with these 2 names, that would be pretty cool. I don't know if Greedy is going to be valuable at any team since the fantasy draft kind of redistributes all the corners, so pretty much everyone has 2 good number 1 and 2s, but I don't know. Let's see. The Jags had pick 2. I think we can actually get pick 2 here. We very well could. I don't think we need it, but obviously that's the best value in this scenario, and there we go. Pick 2 it is. Pick 2, and I believe, what was it, 17, 14? I don't know. Math's hard. It's not even math. It's literally kind of reading, which, either one. Throw it all up there. It's a challenge. The real challenge comes, speaking of challenges, comes of who the hell do we need? Like, what do we actually need on this team? I don't know. Tyreek, I would love for him to develop, but he's just not doing it. Quarterback is obviously, he can't get any better. He's an 85 overall superstar. It's not really doable. Zeke's 26. Offensive line, at this point, there's no one you can get that's better than this unless you get a superstar, which I'm not going to put money on. Can't get a better tight end, really. 84 overall, insanely fast. Defensively, it's even more lockdown. You have 4 good corners, 2 great safeties. I suppose maybe you look at safety because Savage is kind of struggling to develop. But really, there's nothing. So I think maybe we'll look at strong safety and I suppose offensive lineman. Maybe there's someone that looks god tier and he's a superstar. Other than that, we might just trade down, honestly. All right, so we have a safety. I don't even know if I want him, but first things first, we have to trade down to probably the Ravens. Okay, I see you're interested, but you're willing to give me a next year pick instead of this year, and I just cannot by any means allow that to take place. I am against workplace violence, and this is a place of work, it's a place of business, and we will not be had. Okay, Baltimore. Oh, hello. I don't even need that second round pick. So you guys can do what you want with that. There we go. I'll take that any day. I probably could have still gotten like a third this, even though I don't want it. Pick 2 is Andrew Jackson. All right, congratulations. For any of you history buffs out there. Here's the safety, Don Spillman. The only reason why I kind of want him, other than the fact that he has great pursuit, great hit power, and he's 21, it's because he's from Wisconsin, and that's a college that usually does pretty well in simulated drafts. I am just going to go for him. We reached at 4, apparently. Hidden, 76 overall. What he could be, I don't know. But if he's at least superstar... Oh, his hit power is only 84? I guess that kind of makes sense based on... Yeah. But he's good. He's good. He's a good safety. How tall is he? He can play strong, actually. So we can actually start him if his dev is good. If it's not, then you can suck one. Take pick 18 off the Giants for our stuff. They need a quarterback desperately. Thankfully, they did not take one. We don't need anything else. We're just going to take a look at the development of the safety, who, once again, please to Jesus be superstar. If not, it's kind of a wasted pick. I think we may still start him over Darnell, but I don't know, like 50-50. I'm not sure. At least he wasn't normal, I suppose. The cornerback we had, I thought he was going to at least be star, and he was normal. The 4th rounder, obviously it's still a steal, but yeah, please, anything higher than star. Literally anything at all. Of course, that's kind of what everyone aims for. Okay, that's quite a bit higher than over star. That's the highest development trade. I am very happy with that. Was he the best safety in the draft? We took him number 4, so it would make sense if he was. What overall did he actually go to? This is pretty much literally going to be the roster already. Zeke at the number 1 spot. We might go for a running back in free agency. Usually there is someone there. Offensive lineman. I didn't really see anyone crazy good. I mean, there's probably somebody we could have had and we just didn't grab. But yeah, this is going to be the starting roster. Very good. You know, we didn't really need to draft, and we didn't. Zeke was the biggest acquisition by far. I'm just saying, do we do the move? You know what move it is, all right? Stop acting like you don't. Do we do the move? I could do the move. I could do the move, but I can't. I just can't. I mean, it makes sense, and why wouldn't you? But we don't need it. We can do it without him. We really can. So, I mean, why not? Why not just do the thing without him? 6th round this year? I'm being sleazy. Why not? There we go. So, need some backups, and we're ready to go yet again. Year 3. At this point, I don't even know if I've showed you the roster, but boom, there's the roster. Boom, there's the roster. Nothing's changed. Spillman, how you doing? Please do well. Actually, I suppose even though we have decent corners, we probably could have used a corner. But, you know, who cares? It's too late now. All right, so there's some re-signings. Oh, my God. Mecole Hardman. Could you not be super expensive? Okay, so Noah Fant is in there, who we obviously have to re-sign. Noah Fant, 4-year, $31 million. Let's just give him a 7-year deal while we're at it. Boom, there you go. Deal and a half. I don't really want... How is he, 25? I'm actually going to let him walk. I wasn't going to just because of how cheap he is, but 25, a lot of corners. You know, it's not very hard to get a corner. Mecole Hardman's super young, so we'll give him a 7-year deal, which is... It's a lot of money. It's like, what, 12 per? Just about, I think. Math is hard. 12 per. Justin Tucker only wants a 1-year. We'll give him a 2-year. So I think 31 with a superstar. I think he'll last a little bit longer than that. All right, headed to the playoffs. Do we have a chance at a bye week? We do have a chance because we have the bye. What is wrong with the Bears, Lions, and whatevers? Like, they seem to be so good, and then they're just not. They took a lot of L's near the end. I'll tell you what. What about the Bears? Bears took too many L's in the beat. Now they just sucked. just both teams just not good. Vikings at 7 and 9. I should probably looked at them as well, but even better season for Alexander. Maybe even almost MVP level. 35 touchdowns, 5 picks, 71% completion percentage, 122 yard passer rating, just under 4,000 yards again. Zeke, wow, he's a lot better. 6 yards per carry, 1,700 yards. Alexander had a pretty good season rushing as well. He might have actually won MVP. He was close. Hardman, please tell me that's enough to get him to superstar because we just paid him a lot of money. Hopefully. Greg, are you all right? 21 sacks allowed. Excuse me. Chubb and Allen, there we go, boys. Together forever. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point. Tucker gets the 2-year deal, gets, only misses 4 again. It's fine. 4 kicks out of 21's pretty okay. MVP, where was our number 5? Really? Number 74 overall. Titans too. We had their pick. Did get Offensive Player of the Year for the NFC side though, which is nice. Elliott at number 7. Defensive Player of the Year number 3 for Harper. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Who did we have? Oh yeah, we had Defensive Rookie of the Year. Spillman at 3. Alexander number 2 QB, but still best offensive player. Elliott Pro Bowl. Hardman Pro Bowl. Offensive lineman. We have a few on the list there. 3 of them, to be exact. Not bad. D-line, I thought they just canceled the D-line. I was like, well, it was a good run while it lasted. Number 3 for Harper. Don't know where the hell Devin Bush went on the list. He's balling out. He got Defensive Player of the Year, I believe, last season. But hey, here we are. I should have did the morale. Damn it. Oh, well. Ooh, that's clutch. That is clutch. Why isn't his first ability on? It really doesn't matter, I don't think, too much. But Finesse Specialist and Reach. Is he a run stopper? EA! I let EA handle this. The freaking, what is it called? The thingy. The auto XP. And they made him a run stopper. What the hell, EA? Oh my god. 13-3 Buccaneers are now a not 13-3 team. Buccaneers at 86 overall. We're a 93. A massive 93 overall. This has got to be the Super Bowl year. And once again, that perfect number, the 3rd year team, could be done. It could be done. All right, here it is. The moment of truth. The game. It's Buccaneers, man. I know they didn't have a great season, but still a roster I fear. Hey, that's pretty good. 14-6. Shadow effect makes you want to punch some... 27-6. I think we've won the game. Good job, offense. Good job, defense, as well. Okay, defense, I just gave you a compliment. Could you at least make me seem knowledgeable here? Not a great game from Alexander. Mahomes did throw 3 picks, so appears to be a classic case of having enough help around Alexander. Juju Smith, damn, that passing attack for them is violent. Very good stuff from the cornerbacks. Tucker, could you not? I'm just asking, please, one time. All right, the Cowboys, probably not the same team, right? 85 overall, it would appear not. But it is the Cowboys' name, so I worry that EA is still like, oh, look, it's the Cowboys. They have a really good roster always, right? And they just force win them all the way through, which make me cry. Buffalo beat the Colts. Interesting. Colts, pretty happy with that. I'm pretty happy that the Colts went down. Can't lie about that. All right, 0-0, 3-0. Seth, thank you for points. I appreciate them. Defense is bailing us out so hard here. We're up by 8, start of the second half. There we go. Holding them to 3. Okay, offense is starting to actually show up for once. Defense is starting to decline. Fellas, 10 points. Yes, the Super Bowl. Jason Chubbs Garrett. Shouldn't even be there, technically. Every single quarterback outperforms Alexander. I get it, you one more touchdown, but less completion percentage and a lot less yards. Yeah, I don't, I'm not, no. Their running back is Dalvin Cook, really good running back too, but Zeke so far is a gigantic difference between us last season and this season. It's not even close. He has made a monster of a difference, almost 2,000 yards rushing, probably 2,000 total in general, and just a major factor in the postseason. Here's to see if our quarterback actually did enough to get a development up. 93 overall roster, looking freaking amazing. He did not. Hardman did, though, so definitely got a bit of a steal on him. In on elite, that's so cheese. Defense, any upgrades? Josh Allen is now an X factor. What did he get? Fearmonger, which doesn't surprise me. Got his other ability, too, which is nice. Cornerbacks, nothing. No upgrades anywhere else. We got Josh Allen and Hardman, but hey, could be worse. Could be none like all the other times, which obviously would kind of suck. One potential final upgrade for Mr. Dwight Alexander. He's a 93 overall, 96 with his morale, and holy crap, he looks solid. Very solid. Well, here goes nothing. Moment of truth. 93 overall to their 87. They have Deshaun Watson, Leighton Vander Esch. Okay. Deshaun Watson. It's another quarterback that EA likes to give a bit of help to, so just do it, defense. Please, just lock them down. If the defense starts off the first quarter almost locked down, we'll win the game. Going to the end of the game, I don't know who started with the ball. Hey, left to right is us, so defense did start out nicely. Defense did its job, man. We had 3 possessions, and only one of them was scoring. Down by 7 right before half. Huge touchdown. Apparently 3 before half again. Up by 10, start of the 4th. Once again, like I said, defense is doing its job, and defense has basically just won us a Super Bowl. I told you this team was good, boys. Basically, after year 1, hell, when you use her, year 1, you'll still do well. But if you don't use her, even after year 1, without really even drafting any crazy players of need, I mean, I suppose the quarterback, we don't know how Drew Lock would have finished. I think Drew Lock would have still been a great overall. Maybe like an 85, 86 second year. But it's a great roster. You go for those youngsters, you're ready to go. Of course, we did have the XP sliders around 185 for everything. I think tight end and DT we did have at 195, though. So the sliders are higher, but obviously that's just to, close the gap a little bit. Since, it's going to be the same progression. It's just we get to do it in 3 years' time instead of 6 years, because I'm not going to sim through 6 seasons every rebuild. That'd be like 7 hours of recording, like 44 years of editing. I love you guys, but I'm sorry. I prefer to keep my sanity. I can't really post YouTube from a padded cell. I could pay. Maybe they would let me post from a padded cell. Who knows? Maybe. Zeke wearing number 33 makes me want to throw up. Number 5 for our guy looks all right. I still think Zeke looks like Albert Einstein or something, but that's just me. And, of course, a Super Bowl win. I like it. Devin Bush kind of reminds me of, Anakin Skywalker. I like it. I like everyone going for these looks. Alexander really did not throw very accurately throughout the postseason. Zeke, though, what a monster. Pretty much over 150 yards or at 150 yards each and every game. Talking about Mr. Consistent. Chubb. I mean, if you want a running back, you want to succeed on the ground, it's Zeke. He's the dude. He just always does well. Could be the last year of that happening, though, as didn't have that great of a season this year, and maybe have some other names in there. I don't know. We'll advance it once, just so if we do come back to this rebuild in the future, we don't lose the Super Bowl results. And yeah, we finished with a 94 overall team. I'm going to take a look at how that compares to the rest of the league, though. And then we'll pretty much call it there. You got our Super Bowl win. That's what we needed. I mean, anything extra is literally just more Super Bowls. Nothing else should change. And if we don't win, then you're going to get my my EA rant. Steelers with an 86 overall. So far the best team outside of us. Bears at 85. 87 Bills. Team we just beat. Makes sense. Two of the best teams going at it. Chiefs, not bad. So the teams aren't terribly behind. They're just kind of terribly behind. They're about at max minimum like 6 to 8 overalls behind. At max like 13 overalls, which is gigantic. But anyways, that was the rebuild. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you're new, maybe subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at Jeromepkr. Maybe subscribe to my second channel, PKR Plays. I think I mentioned in the beginning, but we probably are near 1,000 subs on the channel, on the second channel. It'd be awesome to hit that. There's no ads over there. I think I could apply for ads, but I just don't want to right now. Not going to yet. And there's a lot of funny content, so if you want that, go over there. But more importantly, leave a comment on this video letting me know if you guys want to see more special, I suppose, challenge rebuilds. Let me know if you have a suggestion in the future. There's ones where I think of, maybe we could do like a no trading one, no drafting, stuff like that. If you have any ideas for that, or an idea for a Blast from the Past video, player idea video, let me know in the comment section below. Anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!